When a woman starts to secretly fall for a man, she rarely announces it outright. She won't say, "I like you." Instead, it seeps out through her words, the tiny slips in conversation that reveal what's brewing beneath the surface. Most men miss these signs, not because they're blind, but because women are masters of subtle communication. You see, attraction for her is a secret language, and if you listen closely, you can hear her heart talking even when she's pretending not to care. It usually begins in casual, everyday talk. She'll say something that sounds innocent, but the tone carries a different meaning. Maybe she says, "You're so funny," while brushing her hair behind her ear. It's not just a compliment, it's an emotional clue. Humor is chemistry's spark, and when she laughs too easily or tells you, "You always make me smile," it's not about your joke, it's about how you make her feel. You've entered her emotional radar. Then she might say things that test your attention. She'll drop hints like, "I can never find a guy who really listens," or "Most men don't understand what women want." These statements are never random. They're subtle invitations. She's not complaining about men. She's seeing if you'll step into that space and prove you're different. Women test emotionally before they invest emotionally. Sometimes it's in the way she mentions you in her stories. She'll say, "I told my friend about that thing you said," or, "You know, I was thinking about what you told me." That's when you know you're in her thoughts, even when you're not around. A woman doesn't casually bring up a man she doesn't think about. If you're appearing in her conversations outside of your presence, she's already emotionally connected to you on some level. Her words might also start revealing curiosity about your life in subtle but personal ways. Do you ever get lonely? What's your type? Are you seeing someone? She'll ask these in a teasing, offhand tone. But the questions are deliberate. She's mapping the emotional landscape, finding out if there's space for her in it. Sometimes her affection hides behind small concern. She might say, "You should eat better," or "You look tired. Are you okay?" It's nurturing energy disguised as casual care. When a woman begins to worry about small details in your life, that's no longer platonic territory. That's emotional investment whispering through simple sentences. Watch how she starts using your name more often. "Hey, Alex," instead of just "Hey." When someone repeats your name, it's a psychological sign of closeness. It's her way of pulling you into her emotional orbit, making every interaction feel more intimate without saying much. Another clue hides in the way she mirrors your language. If you say, "That's wild," and suddenly she starts saying it too, that's not coincidence. It's connection. Unconsciously, people copy the speech patterns of those they're attracted to. It's the body's natural way of saying, "We're in sync." When her words start sounding like yours, her feelings are already aligning. Then there's the way she shares her vulnerabilities, one line at a time. She might casually say, "I don't usually tell people this," but that's a powerful shift. Women don't open their emotional world easily. When she begins revealing her fears, her past, her insecurities, she's testing emotional safety. She's saying, "Can I trust you with my truth?" And if you listen carefully, her voice carries a softness that's only reserved for someone she's beginning to trust deeply. At times, her words will flirt with mystery. She'll say things like, "You wouldn't be able to handle me," or, "If I tell you what I'm thinking, you'll run away." It's playful, yes, but it's also an invitation to chase her emotional depth. Women often use teasing as armor, but the moment she opens that door of playful challenge, she's letting you in a little closer. She wants to see if you'll walk through it. Even the way she talks about her future changes. She might say, "When I travel to Italy, I'd love to have someone to go with," or, "I'm not sure if I'd ever settle down, but if I did, it would have to be with someone who really gets me." Notice that? She's planting possibilities, building imaginary scenarios with an invisible you in them. Her words create space where her feelings can quietly grow. Then comes the gentle shift. She begins complimenting you in ways that feel different. Not "nice shirt," but "you always know how to make things better," or "you have a really calming energy." These compliments aren't about appearance. They're about emotional presence. She's recognizing how you make her feel safe, seen, and steady. When her compliments move from surface to soul, she's not just being kind, she's connecting. Another phrase that gives her away is when she says, "You remind me of someone." That someone often doesn't exist. It's a projection, a way for her to express attraction without confessing it outright. She's disguising her feelings in comparison. It's a shielded confession. And sometimes the words don't even have to be romantic to reveal everything. She might say, "You're easy to talk to," or "I don't know why, but I feel like I can tell you anything." That's when emotional intimacy is already blooming beneath the surface. Because when a woman feels emotionally safe, attraction deepens naturally. She's no longer talking to you. She's feeling you. Even silence carries messages when feelings are involved. She pauses before she speaks. Her tone softens when she says your name. She asks you questions that don't need answers, just your attention. That's the language of hidden affection. Soft, subtle, and powerful. You'll notice her jokes start including you more often. If we ever got lost, you'd be the one panicking. It sounds like humor, but it's her imagination running scenarios that put you together. It's her subconscious practicing the idea of us. Sometimes she'll downplay her own feelings to protect herself. She might say, "Don't get any ideas, or "I'm just joking." That's her shield again. The emotional disguise women use when they're scared to be seen too clearly. But the more she says, "I'm joking," the less it's actually a joke. She might even tease you about other women, saying things like, "I bet all the girls love you," or "You probably flirt with everyone, don't you?" On the surface, it's playful, but underneath, it's curiosity wrapped in protection. She's measuring her place in your world without asking directly. When a woman secretly wants a man, every word she says becomes layered. The top layer is casual. The layer beneath it, emotional. And if you listen beyond her words, you'll hear the story she's too afraid to tell. Her tone softens when she says goodbye. Her laughter lingers longer than the joke deserves. She remembers things you forgot you said. Her conversations are never truly random. They orbit around you like satellites drawn to gravity. So many men miss these signs because they expect fireworks, grand gestures, or direct confessions. But that's not how most women operate. For her, interest begins in quiet words and gentle shifts. It's not a shout, it's a whisper. It's not a spotlight, it's a glance that lasts a second too long. If you ever find yourself hearing these things, don't rush, just listen. Listen not only to what she says, but how she says it. Does her tone soften? Does she look at you a little longer after talking? Does she ask questions that dig a little deeper than normal conversation? Those are her signals of curiosity, care, and connection. When a woman wants you but isn't ready to say it, her words are her safest hiding place. She hides affection inside jokes, protection inside sarcasm, and love inside laughter. But if you pay attention, you'll realize she's not hiding from you. She's waiting for you to notice her, to make her feel seen before she risks her heart. In the end, every "you're so funny," every "you're different," every "I was just thinking about what you said" is not just talk. It's emotional Morse code. Her heart sending out signals, hoping you'll decode them. And when you do, everything changes. Because sometimes love doesn't begin with a confession. It begins with a few casual words that mean far more than they sound.